You are now listening to Talk is Cheap FM. Brought to you by Bet the Tuesday.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker. Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, fam? How you guys doing today? This is your host, Baba Tuesday, and this is another episode of Talk is Cheap FM, where I interview people and get into their minds, because we need to know what everybody is thinking, right? We want to know where everybody is going with their thoughts and with the conversation they have with me. Today, what we're going to address is, what do men want in a relationship and interracial relationships? Yes, I want to dive into this because some people might think it's a beautiful thing with interracial relationship. Some people might not. So let's get it going. So hold on one second. We have the caller on hold. Yo, you there? What's up, man? All right. So before we get started, this is your time to shine. Tell people who you are, what you do. Just this is just your platform. So here you go. Introduce yourself.
Yo, what up? My name is 10K. 10K legit on Instagram. I'm I guess a realist. I do music first, and a little bit of self-philosophy. Okay.
There you go. All right. So I was telling the audience what we're going to talk about today is our topics is what men want in a relationship and interracial relationships. What do you want to start off with first? And I'm pretty sure that these two subjects are going to intertwine with each other, right? But what do you want to dive in first? What do you want to look into first?
I say let's go ahead into what men want in a relationship.
All right, man. You know what? I'm gonna let you have the floor because, man, like I follow your Facebook stuff, man, and like you do cut it deep, man. Like you tell. Thank you. You say stuff. You say stuff that I know got a lot of people thinking, and a lot of people, I guess, a lot. I don't know. Do a lot of people get mad because they don't own up to what you say?
Yes, a lot of people do, because a lot of people aren't too accustomed to the truth nowadays. Society has really diluted and watered down the true definition of truth, so that when you're faced with it, it's a bit alarming, because the truth isn't always sweet. It's as equal as it is sweet as it is, hurtful.
Yeah.
And people get built up so much behind this facade of what truth really is. And it's not. It's people sparing their feelings and just agreeing with them or pacifying, what it really is.
Yeah.
For me, myself, I don't. I'd rather choose to be hated for telling you the truth, and at least now you know, because the truth will forever ring. And if you know the truth and I hit you with the truth, it's going to stick. Whether you like me or not, it's going to stick, and you're going to realize that what I'm saying isn't to cut you. It's just to enlighten you.
Yeah. Because I look into your posts and everything, and I might not comment on all of them, but I do feel, because I feel like I tell the truth and I'm straight up, and maybe my truth isn't always right, but I mean, it's my point of view. So whenever I look at other people, like I kind of gravitate to people who speak their mind, even if I don't agree with all of it. I know that shit, like he's speaking that real shit. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because the people who actually stand on what they say, especially at that particular point of their life, and they speak words and they speak about it, they are the most likely the people who will have an open conversation about anything. You know what I mean? Even if like you don't agree with that person, they still will have an open conversation, and they usually leave the conversation happy. You know what I mean? Even if you might not even get your point across, at least you said what you had to say. But then you find a lot of people online who, let's say, they have that hive mind mentality where they think that you telling the truth is probably hating, or you telling the truth is probably bashing, or anything like that. And that's where people get like it misconstrued, because those are the people in reality that are probably getting taken advantage of, you know, mentally, spiritually, or whatever. You know what I mean? So, like when we're talking about like what men want, I think in this day and age where, and I tell people this, and I always mention this, like we live in an era where I phrase it as I quote it as the digital Woodstock, where everything's accessible, like sex is accessible, like everybody it seems like is on drugs. I mean, even information is accessible, and I think too much of all this stuff is ruining people's point of view. So now when somebody wants to get into a relationship or is already in a relationship, they have to battle between like their actual real relationship and also what's going on in social media, which is fucking up people's mind. Now, can you kind of piggyback off of that?
Yeah, I was actually having a talk with a young lady I know. But first thing I was telling her, because she asked me my point of view on gays, but that's another topic. But I think that society gives too many people too many rights. So where I'm angling at is off of what you said. Too much is too much. Too much air is bad. Too much water is bad. Too much food is bad. You have to have things throughout life in abundance. Just to the right amount to be able to, function properly. Yeah. But if every time you go through an argument, relationship, you're in a relationship with a woman, if every time you go through it with a woman, you got too much temptation because social media is glamorizing the fact that less clothes is more.
Preach.
That's bad.
Preach.
They're making it seem like every time you have a down point in a relationship, you should give up because there's too many women. And the accessibility is so often you don't have to try as hard. That's bad.
True.
Society's letting you know where, you're in a relationship and too much time around each other is bad because you need, you have to have like, I need my 2 weeks, you need your 2 weeks, and it's wrong.
Yeah.
People, that's where it gets back to what I was saying, where people don't know the truth. Plus, 9 times out of 10, the average grandma nowadays is like 42.
Which is
babies raising babies.
Yeah, yeah.
And our moms, not saying me and you personally, but moms is not that far from their mom. 14, 12 years. So even the average grandmother hasn't even become the true definition of a grandmother. Your mother's working to be a mother while you're already catching up to your mother in age. So now she can't raise you no more, and now social media is raising a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how old you are, but whenever I was growing up, I guess the underlining argument was that, television is starting to raise children, right? Because I grew up kind of at the end of an era where kids can actually go outside and play, tackle football and walk home without, we knew about stranger danger and shit, but without any kind of problems. But at the tail end of that, you started having, both parents working, and the kid comes home and is raised off, TV, The Simpsons, Roseanne, or whatnot. And now the people that were raised off of that, I see, were the and this is kind of like a blanket statement, but they were the people that were having kids, like they were having kids while they were a child, right? So whenever I was like 12, 13, 14, I started seeing 12, 13, 14, and 15-year-olds having children, right? So now those children that they had are having kids, and just like how you were saying, like grandmas are not even like the age of being grandmas, and mothers are goddamn going out to the same clubs as their daughters and stuff. It's just crazy. It's crazy. So in this era that we're living in, like me personally, I'm at a point in my life where like I'm on my grind so hard. Like I know being in a relationship is not going to work for me, and it wouldn't be fair for my significant other. Like I'm making too much moves to worry about somebody else. But that's just me personally. But the people who do want relationships and the people who are in relationships, I'm wondering, because I'm kind of out of that element, like, what do men want, like, in this day and age, and what are the problems, right? Because there are a lot of single people out here, you know, on Tinder apps or whatnot. So there has to be some kind of disconnection between relationships and, you know, and technology today, right?
What I think about a big factor that's failing a lot of relationships is what a man and what a woman truly is. What a man is seen by society, and because social media is running society, by what a man is seen by on social media is this brick. He's impenetrable. He can never fall. He never gets weak. He never cries. He never shows an ounce of weakness. He's just this Superman's dad character. When in all reality, men get lonely. But they're afraid to say that. So they block it out. And then when you block up and you harbor too many things, there comes to a point to where you eventually break, just like women. You know, in the past, years before us, you will always hear about, there she goes, she's bottling it up and then lets it all loose at one time. You know, but now seeing as how society, and you know, I personally think that every problem with society is man's fault. Because I'm very spiritual, and anything that a man can't fix can't be fixed, because we run the world. You ever heard that phrase? You know, money and a woman runs the world. Without one, you can't do it. So I feel like if a relationship doesn't work on the full spectrum end of whose fault it is, it starts at the head, because we as men are the head. So if it fails, we failed somewhere. Even if you have to go all the way back to the small little details and the underlining, you know, the little black and white prints. Oh, that one Valentine's Day, that's why she changed up. It's something we did. Unless, you know, a woman's just 100% corrupted, but by then you don't even get involved with women like that. They're all out there in all sizes, shapes, and colors. But a man is seen nowadays to where you just have to be this boulder with no heart. You just have to be only a provider.
No, listen. Continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, it's like that's all that society is making it seem like a man is to be. So that when you come across a man, he says, "Why don't you spend time with me?" to his woman, you know, someone are like, "Yo, what are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Or, "I'm lonely. Why you not here?" And she's like, "I work. That's good enough." Or, "Yo, I want to do something just me and you too." Men are so afraid nowadays to speak on that because they feel like they won't be looked at as a man.
Yeah.
So they just block it up and keep becoming this brick.
Yeah. No, man, you touched on a lot of stuff, man. You touched on a lot of stuff, and I got my little notes out, and we're gonna go over some of this stuff. But like I tell people, like I believe dudes are at certain point, especially this is how I believe. I believe dudes fall in love faster in a relationship. Dudes fall in love faster. Dudes, you're right. Dudes do pin up a lot of emotions, man, because they don't want to look like a punk, man. I've seen them with my own eyes, man, and I kind of experienced it too. Like, where like you kind of open up and you want to spend time, and she like looks at you like you're some kind of like a
setback.
Yeah, and you're just like, what? Like. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, society does paint dudes. I think right now, man, to be honest with you, the society is going against dudes in a lot of way. Because at one point, yeah, we are looked at as, okay, man. See, you got me going. At one perspective is that dudes are nothing but disposable income and disposable tools, right? But then you have dudes who are open up and everything, and they are considered like punks and unattractive because they're too emotional, right? And it's almost to the point where we're trying to please these ladies, but these ladies really don't know what they want, because like I made this meme that basically said like if you give a girl too much time, she'll say you're clingy, but if you give a girl less time, she says that you're distant. What do they want? You know what I mean? So I think altogether to really kind of help dudes out is, I mean, really just, you gotta just be yourself. I mean, you literally like we need to paint a picture that we are like we do get emotional too, and not like emotional like we get angry, but we do get sad. You know, we do get lonely. You know, we do care. You know, but it's society. Shit, we're nothing really. You know what I mean? And you are right to a point, because I think what you said might piss a lot of people off, saying like it's men's fault and men are at the head of everything. Like a lot of people are gonna say, man, that's patriarchy, like saying like men are doing this or that. But at the same time, to be honest with you, and I was thinking about this today, like a lot of people think, especially like feminists and everything, they think like patriarchy is going on and all that. But if patriarchy was really going on, there wouldn't be no feminist movement. There wouldn't be no women's march. Because the only thing that could stop men from stopping women from doing stuff is other men. So if every man was, you know, a goddamn asshole how they portray us, then no woman would be, it would be like, women would be like literally just...
Back in the 50s. Back in the kids only.
Yeah. And I was thinking about that today, and I was just like, yo, like, the media and shit got a lot of shit fucked up, man, because just think about it, man. There are more homeless dudes out there than homeless females, but there's more like female like organizations that help out like female homeless people and not men. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things that go against men that are unseen or just overlooked, right? And we can also talk about like people getting raped and getting taken advantage of. More men are getting raped each year than women, but nobody talks about that shit.
On that note, you know, homeless, because I've gone through a lot of understanding myself personally in life, and with just being the homeless part, true, a lot of men may seem more homeless out here in the world, but just because a woman is safe in a home doesn't mean that she's not homeless at heart, because the values that men need to survive is shelter, food, and that's about it. You know, they get, you know, sexually aroused from time to time. If we got shelter and food, we're good. Without shelter and food, we're homeless. But with a woman, of course, they're going to have shelter and food, because to an extent, they will depend on men. So, yeah, they'll be in a home with a man or with another woman, but whereas women's real home is in their heart. If they're alone, by themselves, and unhappy, they're homeless too. Because men can be on the street happy with no house, whereas women can be in a house unhappy.
So,
that's
man,
how I look at it.
No, I mean, that's true. That's true, because throughout my years on this earth, man, I'm going to tell you the truth, bro. Like, I've become a minimalist, right? Like, each year I give away half my clothes. I don't care. And I just try to live as minimal as possible, especially because I'm on the go, right? So, and I've also been, you know, out of a home, you know, living out of my car at one point in my life. So I do know, like, I appreciate, you know, just the essentials that you need to survive, right? So you are right, and I think that's built in most men's DNA. I think it's built in all men's DNA. Some of us lost that, where we can survive on the bare minimum stuff, right? So in a woman's DNA, I believe that you are right, because they need they need that shelter that men provide. You know what I mean? Like back in the olden days, where we're out in caves and shit, we would go out, you know, we'll find a cave, make sure our family's safe, and then we'll go out and do what we have to do and bring it back, right? And that is looked down upon now. Like, and I don't want people to kind of like twist our words around, or well, at least mine, because you can probably speak on this yourself. But like, I don't Like, I don't mind if a chick is out in the workforce. That's not what I'm saying. She can do, a woman, you could do whatever you want. You could do whatever you want to do. But at the same time, a lot of women complain about, they might have it all. They might have it all. They might have the dude that does I believe there's a lot of women who just complain. You know, they just want more and more and more, right? And I think that is actually, throughout social media, that's actually magnified, and that's telling more women that, listen, you want more, you need to have more and more and more, not the bare minimum to be happy with your significant other.
Too much is bad. Too much exposure is bad, and that's what social media is doing, and the media in general. It's exposing all the richness and the riches of life. See, back in the days, you just had TV. That's why parents are like, TV is rotten for you. You don't believe what you see on TV. That's not how it really is. Now, social media is our era of TV. So women see diamonds, they see Ferraris, they see a good-looking man with sharp beard and nice smile, saying all the woman has to do is be beautiful, and I'll take care of you. So what does that put in the mind of the average woman? Because a smart woman ain't going to pay attention to that. So I say average because the average man and the average woman is lost. Yeah. To be honest, they are. There's that small percentage of men and women that aren't lost, that know what a man is, know what a woman is. That's it. It can't nothing else deter how they feel. But the average median is lost. So when the average woman is with this average man, and she sees social media, all her friends have brand new, cars, their baby showers, presents galore, their husband's job is bringing in $95K, their kids are beautiful, there's tons of food, their house is so big. Yeah. And then she looks at her life, and then that makes her want more, because she looks at her life as mediocre. Why do we only have a 2-bedroom? Why do we only have just a Kia? Why do I have to have a 2006 Prius? And that makes her want more, but that exposure is too much. But then again, it comes down to what you truly value in your heart.
Yeah. Damn, you know what, man? You got me thinking. I think that one of the things that dudes need to look for, like in a significant other, if they want that relationship, is to make sure that whoever they are interested in has internal validation and not external validation.
Yep.
I'm gonna write that down. See, I'm educating myself right now. I always say that, but I've never applied it. I don't think I've ever applied it to, like, it being in a relationship with somebody else. Because me, like, my validation comes from the inside. I mean, and I believe that most people who, say some real shit, they don't look outwards for their knowledge or whatnot. It actually manifests inside because they have that internal validation. You know what I mean? So I think, fellas out there, if you listening, make sure, first and foremost, make sure that your validation comes from the inside too, right? Make sure that, I guess, that you can stand living by yourself, and you don't need nobody else to validate, what direction you go in life. And then make sure your significant other does the same. I think that might be the first step, because social media will get you fucked up. And also, you know what? Like, I don't know how old you are, but like, I used to watch MTV Cribs. And this is just a small scope, because basically what I saw on MTV Cribs is what you kind of explained, like the flashy cars, like the hot babes, like the goddamn hot tubs, all the cars, mansions, like acres and acres, you know what I mean? Gold Master P with the gold ceilings, right? And I never got depressed about it. I never got jealous about it, but I could see how people back in the days would. Now you basically times that by 1 billion, because now everything that you turn on your phone, and the first thing you probably do is hit, like, social media, and you see people doing fly stuff, right? But not knowing that, listen, half of this shit that you probably, more than half, I would even say, is fake. Like they're not really living like that.
No, when I was in LA, because just to go back and touch about what you said about the values within your heart, that's definitely true. I want to say that me, myself, I've always been one to be prone to beauty, because as I got older, I actually became, not to be cocky or conceited, I actually became a beautiful man in the eyes of a woman. And so I admired that beauty within myself, and I wanted it reciprocated within my significant other. And I saw, of course, firsthand how far beauty really went when they didn't have nothing to go with it. And my first mistake, like you said, to find a significant other that matches you, yes, you need a checklist, where I failed too. You need to have 5, 10 things. I say 5 because 10 to me is too many. Nobody's perfect. So I have 5 things. I make a list that I have to have within a woman, and 2 of those they must come with. Like 2 of them, if you don't have, is a no-go, and the other 3 I can work with. My number 1 is God. And if a woman doesn't at least believe in God, you ain't even got to know that much. But yeah, I believe in him, but I don't know, because I can teach you. And then the second one is respect. Everything else that I want is easy. I can accompany over time, but I never cared about that. I always felt like I could teach that within a woman. You can't. The heart of a woman is just as hard as it is delicate. If a woman doesn't want to learn, she's not going to. You're not even going to pierce her ears. If she wants to, she'll soak it up like a baby would.
Yeah,
but
no, that's true.
Go back to that with significant others. The best way to find someone that matches you, yes, one is to be yourself and to have things that you want to set up as goals within a woman. And don't feel bad if she doesn't come equipped with that, because like they always say, there's more fish in the sea. Where she fails, another one will prevail. But that was just to go back with that one. And now back to what you were saying. Yeah, it is fake. When I was living in LA, I lived in LA and San Diego, up in that, within that little area.
Yeah, nice area. That's a nice area.
9 times out of 10, the people that you come across, that you see on social media, and I lost a lot of respect for a lot of big time people, not to put names out there, but you'll see them driving Ferraris. They'll be in brand new Porsches, Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
I only saw like 2 Bugattis, Teslas, the works, just flashy, getting into VIP, all of that. But it'll be rented. That suit will go to dry cleaning. Like, that those clothes aren't theirs. That jewelry isn't theirs. It's all broadcasted. And clubs, because social media is just as powerful as it is, a letdown. You can use social media as a platform. It can be a stage. And as a stage, what comes with a stage? It's wherever you put you to go. The stage can either boo you off, or the stage can clap and applaud you and take you to the next level. The stage is yours. So I use social media to further, my career where I'm going. It'll be fake. It'll be see-through. But people know it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because the average man and the average woman is so ignorant, not stupid. They're so ignorant to the details that come with that, to where they don't care. They don't care if it's rented. They don't care if the jewelry is, it's not VVs. It's veneered. They don't care if the gold ain't 18 karat. It's plated. They don't care if the Ferrari isn't really his Ferrari and it's got 2 miles off the lot. It's rented. Because everybody at the end of the day is using somebody to get to be where they want to be. You hear their music. You hear it with actors. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. I used to be one that was a high believer of, I'm not going to fake it till I make it. I'm not going to fake it till I make it. I'm going to be honest and true the whole way up. The only thing I'm honest and true with is myself.
Yeah.
I won't be fake to myself. I won't lie to who I am. None of that. But there has to come a point where you have to bend the pole. Yeah, you only got $20. And rappers do it too. Actors do it too. Musicians do it too. Models do it too. Companies do it too. Because that same guy that has that rented Ferrari will get in free in that club because he's in a Ferrari.
Yeah.
So who's really losing? Nobody is, because the Ferrari guy got in and the club looks like they let in a celebrity when both of them were fake.
Man.
But see, when you use each other, teamwork makes the dream work. When you use each other for a higher goal, eventually you get to that point.
Yeah.
You let me in, Now I'm in your club, promoting your club with my nice car, and by you letting me in, you let in a celebrity look like, and all the people on the street want to go where the celebrity guy is at. When you're not even a celebrity, you're an average Joe that works at, Walmart. And that club isn't even booming yet. It's letting in nobodies.
Yeah. Damn.
But it's all off of what you can see. Looks is a lot.
Yeah. Well, shit. Fuck. That, man, you know what? We're going to have to talk again, because we're going to have to talk about perception versus reality, because basically that was the intro. That was the intro of perception versus reality, which some people think perception is reality, and it's a thin line. It's a thin line, the thing, and here's the thing. You say the one thing that's stuck out to me when you were explaining everything was, you said you have to bend the pole, and that is a very strong statement. That's the first time I've ever heard that phrase before. So that actually sparked an idea of, I guess, maybe something else dudes need to, I guess, look for in a relationship and within themselves, is that their morals, like how far, like where their morals going to go. Because the way you said it, it makes sense. Like, I mean, and I understand that. Like, you do have to do certain stuff to get where you're going. Like, for me, sometimes I can't charge people the full amount of, like, my services of what I do, because I know if I build this relationship with that person, they're gonna fucking reach back down and get me when a door opens for them. You know what I mean? So it's about morals, I believe. So what morals do you have? How far are you gonna go? You know what I mean? Some people I believe don't have morals, and they'll do anything. Absolutely anything to get to the top. I've seen people do stuff for peanuts, and I'm just like, and I'm talking about like shit, like just most of the craziest stuff. You know what I mean?
There's a verse in the Bible that I try to tell people about. It said, "What more is a man to gain within the world than to lose his soul?" If you gain everything that you want, you get that diamond ring, you get that supermodel, you get that Ferrari, you get that mansion, you get that front yard overlooking the seaside with that balcony coming down on the horizon. You get that. But what did you do to get that?
Yeah.
Did you do some homosexuality? Did you sign something in blood? Did you give away your kids?
Yeah.
Did you kill a brother? Did you set up somebody?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Yeah. And a lot of shit like that goes on. That's no lie. A lot of shit like that goes on, Whew. That shit's crazy. So, does success, like actual success, does that play a part in what men want? Do men, like I'm going to revert back to what I said about women in the workplace. Like, there's a lot of women in the workplace doing work. I mean, I'm talking about there's CEOs, COOs, CFOs. I mean, they're bringing home, 6 figures. They're driving nice cars. They're doing what they're doing, right? Do men really, does a woman's success really determines if a man likes her or not, in your eyes?
No.
I say the same damn thing.
No, to me, I know me myself as a man, I'm a visual creature. Any man walking around here with testosterone, you're a visual creature. I've always lived by, a phrase, men fall in love through their eyes, whereas women fall in love through their ears. My grandma told me that. You could be beautiful to a man, and he literally could be at love at first sight, whereas a woman that comes with beauty intertwined in her DNA, it's just beauty to her. Versus with us. You could talk to us all day, I love you. Men don't trust that easily. So telling us you love us, 9 times out of 10, we ain't gonna believe it. But if you tell a woman too many times, I love you, I'll be here, I'll take care of you, eventually that seed will grow.
Yeah.
And it's sad, we both fall short to what we are as men and women. But no, in the workforce, at all. I don't think 0% of women's job has nothing to do with a fruitful relationship, because how many men just in general are good, upstanding men, and they have a not saying that the woman is trash, but how we talk, and have a woman that's not on his level, or a man in a just powerful position, and his wife is like working at Walmart. But if you flip that same coin, how many super powerful women have an average Joe?
Oh, that you don't see that, because I this is what I see. I say women date up, men date down. And the reason why I say that women date down is, like, if a man is a 10, right? And on I guess a subjective scale, if he's a 10, he got money, he has power, he has respect. Yeah, he's gonna mess with other 10s and everything, but he's not gonna like always stick with a 10. He might, trickle down to an 8 or a 7 from time to time, right? But in general, like, women gravitate to men with power, right? So the reason why I say women date up is that a woman that is a 7 or an 8 can get smashed by a 9 or a 10. So she's always looking to have more and more, like I said before. So if she can position herself to snag like a 9 or a 10, she's going to do that, and she's going to look at that. And I think that I think that's shown in social media, and that plays over and over, and it really, you can't hide that no more. It's the dark side of social media, right?
It's not even social media, because I don't know how religious, you or any of the men and women that's listening, but everybody knows Adam and Eve, the story. Everybody. I don't care if you're 5 or 50, you know it.
Yeah.
So Adam and Eve, there's just one man, one woman. I talk about it with my little brothers all the time. You have to really think about it when it comes to men and women. All you had was one job, both of them. Is this one tree. Don't eat from it. Okay. See, that's why I said you can't tell a man to turn or do something through a man's ears, because a man you can't just speak to a man and make him do wrong. A man has to want to do that.
Yeah.
So women, I feel, not to downgrade women, because men and women are on the same level as being good and bad. It's 50-50. It's a even
playing field. Hello?
Field. But women, beauty, which going to what you was talking about, because they're beautiful. I don't know a woman alive that doesn't even think that she's mildly beautiful. Girls don't just walk around saying, yeah, I'm ugly. No, they don't, because they know how powerful them being beautiful is. Like you said, they go up. Yeah. They don't go down. They're not going to go and settle with a guy that's a 2, because this off of beauty. Not just beauty is skin, but beauty is her life. That's still a coat. If her life doesn't look beautiful, she's not going to go for that 2. If he doesn't look the part, she's not going to go for him. If he doesn't look, it comes with values too, but it's the average man, the average woman, not the real men, the real women, the average. They can go up and get smashed by a 9 or 10, you're right, because that power, he's beautiful, beauty is within him. But going back, I was getting off topic. So Adam and Eve, this one tree, don't eat from it. She ate from it, and I tell my little brothers, you got to really think about it. It's not just society. Eve didn't turn on Adam for another man. She didn't turn.
Hello?
On Adam, bigger penis size. She didn't turn on Adam for more money. She didn't turn on Adam for a bigger house.
Take a couple of steps back. We lost connection. Talk about. I think we. Hello. Can you hear me?
Say again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Take a step back about because we lost a connection. The last thing I heard was, I believe, Eve, a man has to make that decision himself. And you're referring to Adam eating the apple? You're referring to Adam eating the apple. And we lost connection right there. Can you pick back up? Hello?
Yes, maybe it's my connection too. Let me connect to Wi-Fi. Maybe that might help.
All right.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. Let's try over the Wi-Fi too. You hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I was saying that I try to tell my little brothers, that Eve didn't turn on Adam for a man with a bigger penis size. She didn't turn on Adam for a bigger house. She didn't turn on Adam for a stronger man. She didn't turn on Adam for a man with more money. It was a fruit, an apple. It's just if she wants more, they're gonna get more. But when it comes down to what, as a man and a woman in a relationship, that's why I say it all falls on the man. Because we have that power to be able to not make like force or dominate, but to sit down and talk to our woman one-on-one and be like, look, this is what we need. What do you need? Why are you unhappy? Oh, I'm seeing my friends, their lives. I feel unhappy with me in your life. I feel like I should be somewhere better. That's where you as a man sit down and you're like, you know what, look, you're right. Our lives aren't on their level. If it'll make you happy, I can try to do this more. I can do this more, but it'll make you harder right here. Literally sit down black and white and give it to her like opening up a book. We can get this life you want, but it'll be a setback over here. Those kids you want, put them back 10 years because I'm going to get you a mansion. That job that you want, now you can't work because I'm going to go out here and slave and I'm going to get you a better car. When you put it to a woman and open it up to her, piece by piece by piece, if she does love you and she does admire you as who you are, it'll start to make sense to her. And she'll like, you know what, actually, no, my friends don't have kids. I want kids, so don't take those more hours. You know what? No, I want that job, so don't do. Actually, I'm happy at where we're at. But you have to sit down and take that time and go to your woman and ask her. Because at the end of the day, like you said, us as men, we don't need much. It's imprinted in us not to need much. We don't need much, but we do need a woman. But women need a lot. They need a lot. They might not need, a cave or, nothing like that, but they need a lot of things that we as men should either be able to provide for them or try, or then we're just not made for each other. I'm not of your caliber, you're not of my grade. But they need a lot. But we have to have that time and that much energy to sit down and be able to ask them one-on-one, whatever you need, I'm going to get that for you. And if I can't get it, I'm going to try. But it's going to come with setbacks.
Man, you said a whole lot, man. You said a whole lot. And one thing I would say that will, I guess, maybe go at a different angle is that, like, whenever you're in a relationship or whenever you're married, like, I feel that women always have an out, right? If you like if you're not with the right woman, and you go to the extent of how you explain, you sit down together and you discuss this, she can still have an out to leave. You know what I mean? Yep. And that's a scary part about it. That's a scary part about, like, especially being
about taking chance.
It is about taking chance, because not like really at the end of the day, I feel like the power of once you get, especially marriage, and I don't want to, maybe we have to discuss about this, but in marriage, the power is in the woman to either stay or leave, to really mess your life up or not. You know what I mean? Because as a man, you are looked at as, you're guilty until proven innocent, right? Especially like in court, family court, when you have kids, you like really got to be careful to pick the right significant other. And you got to own up to be like an honest person and not go out there doing like, fuck shit to hurt, her feelings or whatnot. Like, you can't be an asshole whenever you're married. You shouldn't be an asshole when you're in a relationship. That's how I look at it. But I feel that it's a small group of women that would work with when you sit down and talk, because a lot of women out here walking these streets, man, they once they hit adversity, once they hit like when they're gone, they're ghosted.
That's the average woman.
Yeah,
the average woman,
and that shit's scary, And a lot of men might not even say like it's like like they're scared to get in a relationship. But a lot of dudes, I'm gonna say it for them, man. We're scared to take that chance, man, because we don't want our lives to be messed up over somebody who's selfish, and so or somebody who doesn't want to, somebody who's not a ride or die, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. That's 100% true what you're saying. I still, it still all rolls back down to, like you were saying, you got to look, what I was telling you, you have to look at the small details about it, and that gives you so much hope and power.
Yeah.
First off, marriage comes down to who picks who. The man picks the woman. Who is supposed to propose? The man is supposed to propose. Okay, by you proposing, me and you proposing as men, that's us saying that I found her. She is my wife now. Okay, now that's when you get to that level. Backstep it. You're in a relationship. If you didn't have this checklist, you know, what you wanted in a woman, you know, you'll just marry anybody.
Yeah.
Like my grandma said, if you don't have nothing to stand for, you'll die for anything. If you don't know what type of woman you need, you'll take whatever you'll get. So when they marry any kind of woman, you get treated any kind of way. It goes kind of hand in hand. But if you got a woman that, you know what, okay, she likes to eat Cheetos, I like Cheetos. She's got values, I got values. She got morals, I got morals. She's not a cheater, I'm not a cheater. She replies, I reply. She calls, I call. It's no way you're gonna fail unless you as a man fuck up first. Excuse my language.
No.
But that's why I say it comes down to us. Because a faithful woman at heart, you know, how many times have you seen women get beat, spit on, tied up, abused, or kids getting molested, raped, just the works, and still stay with that guy?
Yeah,
because
it's
once
crazy.
a woman's heart is in it, that's it. That's it. She'll go through the snow for you. But the hardest part that few men get is a woman's heart. You can get a woman's mind all day. That's not hard. You can get her body. That's easy. You can get her time and attention. That's not hard. You can get her love. That ain't that hard. But once you get her heart, that's all of that. It's like you captured her soul. But few men get to that level.
Yeah.
So when they get a woman and they just like, you know, she look good, she got a good game, we both like to hit the computer, I'm going to see where this goes. Right there, you fail. Right there, you fail. Right there, you fail. You don't need to get involved with a woman that I'm going to see where this goes. Let me take a chance on her. You don't need to do that because a relationship should be the first step to marriage. So when you meet a woman, you should go by these boundaries because you should be looking for a wife. If you're not looking for a wife, don't even date her. You just looking for someone to pass time with, but you don't need to date them. Hey, what's your name? Ashley. Let's, kick it, hang out. I'll waste your time. You fill a void. And then you move on. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you get a girl and you just going to see where it goes, she kind of cool, I'm going to try this out, you fail. And then when you get failure, repercussions from that, you can't flip it and say, oh, she cheated on me. Damn, it was, she let me down. No, you let yourself down by not looking for what you needed in a woman first. And I'm my first example to preach on that because I failed myself with all my relationships because I didn't look for what she needed to be. I looked at what she was and what I could make her be. But you can't. You can't make someone change. I can't make you be me. You can't make me be you. She isn't going to be what you want if she's not what you want. My opinion.
Damn. I mean, fuck. Nah, preach that shit, man. That is, yeah. I mean, you basically close that shit out. I guess before we move on to our next subject, what are, and you might not want to put yours out there, I don't know, or you might just want to come up with 5, but what would be 5 points that you want to look at in a significant other? What advice would you give to the fellas out there?
Okay, advice I would give, number 1, your 1 and 2 out of 5. I do 5. You can do however many you want. Your 1 and 2 should be something that you will not take in any woman if she ain't got it. It don't matter what it is. As long as it is not about beauty, your number 1 and 2. None of these 5 should be beauty. And let me repeat that. None of these 5 should be superficial, what you can see, beauty. Because that will fail you. 10 out of 10, that will fail. But my number 1 personally is God. If she doesn't at least believe, I don't even care if she doesn't even have a relationship, but if she knows there is a higher power, but I don't know much about it, but if I had a man that could teach me, I would listen. Okay, you have to have that. Number 2 is you have to have respect. Respect can go in all different types of angles. To me, respect, morals, and dignity kind of go hand in hand like a tripod. If you got respect, you know when to be quiet, not just saying women. Anybody. You know when to be quiet, you know when to speak, you know how to talk, how to respond, how to lead. It's respect. You know the little roles. You have to have these 2 to me as a woman for me to even take you seriously. 3, you got to have will. Now, my last 3, I can bargain with these last 3 because they're the, okay, I can work with. You got to have will. Because me, myself, I find myself as a strong man, I'm a strong individual. If she ain't got a strong personality and a strong drive and a strong will, you know, we might conflict in a lot of ways, but I can work with that because strength can be given and passed, just like from father to son. That would be 3 for me. 4, you know, you have to have a time and a place method with me. You have to know when you can do something. We can laugh and be kids right here. We can be super serious right here. We can be stupid right here. We can be immature right here. We can be super mature right here. We can be parents right here. We can be kids right here. There's a time and a place. This is also in the Bible. It's a time and a place for every emotion that you feel. I'm not the kind of man where I'm so much of a man. I can't laugh. I can't look at cartoons. I can't put a red nose on my nose and honking and be a clown.
Yeah.
You should be able to be all of everything with your woman. So that'll be 4. And then my 5th one is you have to have a place in your heart for love. Now, I know that sounds like, wait a minute, everybody can love. No, everybody can't love. Everybody can say that they love. You say you love this person, but what if they don't pay your rent? Now you don't love me. You say you love that guy, but what if he lost his legs? Now you don't love him. Love has become superficial because it's so much, I love you because you pay my bills. You're a perfect man because you're in the military. You're just the strongest because you won that race. But you hear few people saying, I love you for you. I love you just for existing. I love you for breathing and sleeping. You don't hear that much. So you got to have a place in your heart for love. That would be my 5.
God.
And you need, as men, because we are to set the boundary and the tone of life, a relationship, all of it starts with the head. You need to have a checklist, something that you won't tolerate and things that you can work with within a woman. Now, if you was to have your 5 and you meet a woman that meets all 5 of those criteria points, how could your relationship fail? Because in a sense, you basically met your doppelganger, but she's a woman. But remember, when you don't put beauty on that playing field, that definitely opens up the playing field. But when you put stuff on it like booty, breasts, smile, hair, skin tone, you narrow everything down to 1-2%. Yeah, then finding the man of your dreams is impossible. Finding the right girl for you is rare. But when you take beauty out of it, they're walking the street every day, man. Every day.
Listen, guys, that was not rehearsed. We did not rehearse that. He like that. I applaud you for that, man.
Thank you.
You guys, especially you fellas, man. Like, listen to what he has to say, man. Take his advice. You know, at least look into it because you are right. A lot of dudes out here look at beauty. Like, man, I wanted a chick with, like, she got to have a fat ass. She got to have an out body shape. She got to have them lumps in the front. You know what I mean? Pretty feet. Boom, boom, boom. But, I mean, that shit's going to change, especially if you want to grow old with that person because shit might start to sag. Shit, like, it's real. Like, that, it's really real.
It's right.
And in the older, and I can speak for myself, the older I get, the more I find beauty in other things. And I mean that's how it is, man. That's how it is, because you learn, like, when you're young, I mean, you basically are like a dog with that pink thing, like, hanging out. Like, you just, like, you're a horn dog. Like, you don't have control of all, like, your sexual desires and everything. But the more you mature, the more you see, like, okay, like, I learned from that. But these are the like the values that I really, like, want in a woman. You know what I mean? And I never understood why I saw, like, some celebrities, some athletes, and some people in powerful position not really have, like, those 9s and 10s in women.
Yep.
And they had, like, don't get me wrong, they had really beautiful women, but it wasn't like supermodels. Right? Because back in the days, I judged, like, Victoria's Secret, Sports Illustrated models, and regular chicks. Like, they didn't have, like, and the regular chicks are 10s too, right? But supermodels and shit like that is whole different like, that's just something totally different. Like, dudes are baseball players who have like $40 million contracts or whatnot, walking around with, you know, very attractive women, but not like what you would expect. And I understand that they probably found them a woman who they connect with more than physical.
They met their criteria.
Yeah. So it's just crazy how I compare, like, my old views into how I look at things now. Like, from time to time I sit back and I just think, like, man, I'm growing every day, man. I'm growing every fucking day. So yeah, man, that was a nice talk about what men want. You guys listen to it, absorb what we were talking about, and apply it to your life.